It is going to be a very fun match, but this one is all focus on this extremely fun match as well. Two punches by both of these players. Hikaru starts first, then Fabi, and Fabi sticks to the queen's pawn opening. He did get a good position, even though he lost the first game.
I think sometimes we get distracted by the result, players included. But Fabiano says, I had a fantastic position. I won a pawn against Hikaru Nakamura. It was not the opening's fault, so don't blame it. It was time trouble and miscalculation deep into the game. So I think it's a good choice from Fabiano. We'll see how Hikaru improves, because the first game did not go his way, even though the result eventually did.
David, isn't this the exact same position from game one?
Almost. In that game, slightly different move order. Black's bishop had already come out to the f5 square. White's bishop also developed too. So clearly Nakamura's done his homework. He, as Black, was the first one to switch things up, and he's also thrown a pawn forward in front of his own king. Knight's off the board now. This one, a chaotic position.
Lots of positional ideas here, but it's also aggressive because of g5, g4. So it's very, very crazy, chaotic.
Yeah, just to put some of the moves you mentioned on the board. OK, I was going to say queen g5, one of them, shuffling the king into the corner, very logical. Instead, he drops his bishop back to a defended square. Also very logical in Hikaru Nakamura, but evaluation bar does not like it at all.
What is it? What do they want?
Maybe it just loses a move. White now does have the opportunity if he wants to start castling. I'm not sure which flank. That's the big question. But Fabiano will have done his homework.
There's lots of nice plans for Black. And as you mentioned again, I mean, White really kind of has nothing. We're kind of just sitting and waiting. We need to break this open. He might be trying for maybe b3 now, but that doesn't even do anything. Like, we don't have to take it. We can also play b5 here. So I think chances are definitely all in Black's favor right now.
Yeah, push those pawns, maybe even swing the rook in this direction and try to pile up against this backward pawn, this weakness long term. I'm liking Black, I've got to say. But still early days, and the evaluation bar roughly in the centre. So Fabi may be solid enough.
Still the opposite color bishop. How much poison is there really in this position?
There is a lot, and I think Hikaru is trying to find a way to keep this game going, and he just played rook to g6. Maybe there are some attacks on the king side on the agenda for Black, but I just don't see the clearest plan for Hikaru either, and that's what he is trying to come up with. He's looking left, right, center, where does it come from? But for now, I think that Fabiano can shuffle, and if Black goes too far, there could be that exchange sacrifice, that rook taking that bishop on d3 at some moment, opening up lines that could be useful for White's pieces.
Look at this. Like, this is a crazy position, right? But White is just, I mean, Black is completely winning. At least strategic, from a strategic standpoint. Feels like White is just 100% winning. Or Black is winning, and White has nothing to do. Queen c3 actually is now played with. Looks like he's probably going to sacrifice on d3.
Yeah.
Yep. It's definitely in the air, but I'm not sure if it's a threat right now. And if it isn't a threat, Hikaru will get on with his own business, start pushing his pawn forward. You can maybe guard against the idea of a queen, of an exchange sacrifice, sorry, by bringing the queen forward, just defending the square one more time. Again, passing the move back to Fabi, saying you can't sacrifice now, so your pieces are clogged up. These two white rooks just impotently staring, actually unable to contribute to this position.
Bishop e2, nice move.
Yeah, beautiful play from both sides, I've got to say. Two geniuses here. Meanwhile, the Black bishop does jump in, attacking that lone white pawn. If you put pawns on light squares, they'll be eaten up by this Black bishop. Now, Fabi needs something. How does he get that rook into the game? That's the question. No checks. The Black king's safe for now. That's the big problem for Fabiano.
He needs to make a move. He's down to 30 seconds and the position is really starting to heat up. You will need to find some critical defensive resources. And to be able to do that in seconds will be very tough. 20 seconds for Fabi. What is he doing?
Did you see Hikaru? Hikaru's eyes were darting away from the board. He was looking at the clock. He knows Fabi's ticking down now. He's going to try and hustle him on the clock now.
Bishop
Hikaru.
f3. It's just, you just take the pawn, right?
Yeah, there's one pawn hanging, and Fabiano desperately wants to trade queens, because without the queens on the board, his king feels safer, but not that safe. The white king will have no legal moves if the bishop takes his pawn f3. This is bad news for Fabiano.
Maybe he goes for e4. This is desperation. This is absolute desperation.
What if you take that one too?
He's trying to open up lines for his rook, that white rook, but this pawn could be captured. 3-pawn advantage for Black.
But he's probably eyeing that d2 square, but there are sacrifices everywhere on the board. Even if the rook slides down to attack the queen, Hikaru can potentially look at a queen sacrifice in that position and sliding up with a rook to g2.
And this on the board now. Black queen attacked. Where does she find safety?
But Hikaru also doesn't have that much time, right? So both players are about to get in a scramble.
Ooh, nice block.
Yeah. Blocked there. Rook comes on to line up against Hikaru's king. And now the clocks are level as well. This could go anywhere. Even though the eval bar says it's completely winning for Black, it is a 3-result game.
Yep, 3 extra pawns for black, but that means nothing when you've only got 15 seconds left with such an open king. Okay, he hits the white queen, kicks her back, but still no way to safety for black yet. And if Fabi can keep harassing that black queen, maybe swing the white rook back where it came from. There we go. Still asking questions. Hikaru, frustrated. Fabi is not lying down. He's not going down to defeat. And now the white rook can swing back to the g2 square. Massive threat.
God.
And can you trade off the rooks and then bring your queen in for the attack?
Do it.
I mean, there are many checks that the queen can give, and Fabiano does it.
Yeah. How do you dodge all the checks that are incoming?
Whoa.
And Fabi, he's just relieved with the position. This is the best position he's had all game now. And now it is Hikaru who is on the defense, on the board, and on the clock.
But Hikaru's trying to be tricky. He's going to run his king, go merry-go-round, and eventually will head to the h7 square. So I think Hikaru, he's trying to force Fabi into even more time trouble, and he's getting moves off with just seconds on his clock.
Yep, diagonal checks are always a good way to start the game, and Fabi made that last move with 2 seconds left. He gives another check, but safety, there's safety for the black king. No more checks.
Oh, it's losing. Oh, that's going to hurt. That's going to hurt.
Counter
Oh,
check.
That's going to hurt.
Wins the bishop.
Yeah. No. Oh, wait. He has bishop e3 though, right?
Oh.
And then check.
Oof.
And then bishop d5.
Yeah,
Now
queen
checkmate
g3's
is
mate.
coming.
Oof.
Checkmate
Is that
coming.
just
Oh,
over?
it's mating.
Wow.
Yikes.
Nakamura is the one who checkmates Fabiano Caruana. He wins the game.
Wow.
Wow.
Hikaru Nakamura, after another big hustle, takes the lead in his match. And the finish, what a fantastic way to end this game 3. That was absolutely insane. We see Hikaru there. He can't believe it. He throws his hand, but he's done what needed to be done. He takes the lead in the match. I still don't understand that expression. I mean, he should be celebrating right now.